Hello everyone, welcome back on our YouTube channel Vans Vlog. You already know that we have started a video series for the preparation of theory of German driving license in English, and until now we have covered six main topics. If you are new on our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel, like the videos and share with your friends. And you already know that we are making these videos with the full support and cooperation of the famous learning system of theory in Germany, which is Vorschulcard. So from today we are starting topic number 7, which is about the other participants in that traffic, how you need to take care of them. In this topic we have 93 questions in total. So actually we will divide them in 3 videos, 30 questions, initially 2 videos, and the last video will be of 33 questions. So let's start the first video of this topic number 7, and in this video we will cover 30 questions. The first question is, what conduct must you expect of children at zebra crossing? So if children at zebra crossing, what you can expect from them? It will be more about the common sense. They will wait at the curb because they always correctly judge the speed and distance of approaching vehicle. You know about the kids, they will never, like, they are always eager to run onto the road. They will be moving around, so you can never expect them either. It is quite possible that they are waiting, but you need to be very careful at your side. You should never expect them to wait at the curb because they always correctly judge the speed and distance of approaching vehicle. It's not the case of for the children. Normally they misjudge the speed, they always run onto the road, so you need to be very careful. This option is not correct. What conduct must you expect from children? The first conduct is quite impossible. You cannot expect from them that they will calmly wait at the curb and will give you the way and will judge the speed. No, they will turn around on the zebra crossing for no apparent reason and run back. It's quite possible. They are on the zebra crossing and they will they turn around and run back. It's quite possible they will be running around the zebra crossing. This conduct you can expect from the children. They will run onto the zebra crossing without paying attention to the traffic. You can also expect this behavior from children. They will directly run on the zebra crossing without looking right and left. It's quite possible. So you have to be very careful as far as children are concerned. What do you have to reckon with when children are waiting at traffic lights? Again, that the children will also start running when the light is red because they cannot wait since it's taking them too long. Like, they will also start running when the light is red because they cannot wait since it's taking them too long. So they will directly run. They will start running when the light is red. So you can expect from the children anything, like they cannot wait too long, will push each other onto the roadway. Typical children behavior. Will already start running when the traffic light in my driving direction change from green to amber. Even when the light is moving towards the red color from green to yellow or amber, it is still, like, they will not wait to the red, they will run onto the road in any case. So all of these options are correct. You can expect this behavior from children. A group of children are cycling on a cycle path that ends. Like, cycle path is gonna end, what do you have to reckon with? Like, cycle path is end, so what you could you expect from the children? So that the children will move too far onto the roadway. Yes, either they will move too far, like they will move onto the roadway, will get off their bicycle and wait until the roadway is clear. Like, you cannot expect from children they will get off their bicycle and will wait when the roadway is clear and then they will come onto the roadway or cross the road. No, they can come directly on the road, will move onto the roadway without paying attention. These both options are correct, the first and the third word. Either they will move too far onto the roadway or they will directly come on the road without paying attention. But a second option, they will wait, it's quite impossible in the case of children. What do you have to reckon with when elderly person using walking frames cross the road? So what you can expect, they are old people, they may stop on the road, they will cross the road very slowly because they are elderly people and they are using the walking frame. So these people could stop on the roadway without any reason. They will cross the road very slowly, they may even turn around and go back. So, like, the elderly person are anyhow same as the children. Like, they can suddenly stop on the roadway without any reason. You need to be very careful about the old citizens who are very old. A person in wheelchair is traveling along the road, although there is a pavement on the right, like there is a dedicated pavement, or you can say the hard shoulder or a extra part of the road, but still the person on the wheelchair is using the road. What do? I overtake it, leaving plenty of room on the side because wheelchair may swing out. If you see that you can overtake that wheelchair, but leaving plenty of room, a lot of distance from the wheelchair, because the wheelchair can swing out. It is very, like the maneuver of wheelchair is very quick, so you need to be very sure if you are gonna overtake that wheelchair, you should leave up plenty of room. I follow behind the wheelchair until I can overtake it, yes, or if you are not able to overtake it, follow behind it. I honk the horn to indicate that the person is not behaving correctly. No, look, he is a disabled person, he is on the wheelchair. You need to give respect to him or her. Anyhow, you don't need to horn. Just wait behind the person on the wheelchair, and when you find the plenty of space, then overtake it. Otherwise, wait, but don't horn, because it's total inhuman behavior. Our next question is, having crossed the road, a person in a wheelchair cannot get up the curb and onto the pavement. So, like he was the person was on the wheelchair, but he cannot curb and he cannot get up the curb and onto the pavement. So what do? You need to help the person. I stop and switch on the hazard warning light. Exactly, because otherwise the traffic flow can be very dangerous for that person, because he's trying to get up on the curb or onto the pavement, but he's not able. You need to help the person. I honk the horn and drive around the person. No, I get out of the car and help the person in the wheelchair. And similarly, while you have stopped your car, you have to switch on the hazard light so that the traffic following will come to know there is some problem, dangerous situation, so they will also wait for that. So only two options are correct. Who has a severe visual handicap? So if you see here, there is a lady, there is a boy, and if you see this white stick, definitely this white stick, it's a very common symbol for the blind people throughout the world. So like if they are holding this white this for example, this white you can say strip, or whatever you can say it, white handle, or like it's a kind of support for them, so they are holding this. That means they are the visual handicap. The other can see, they are not blind. So the man only has a severe visual handicap, he is blind. Next question is, what do? So if you see, like you are traveling on the road, you have priority, but this old man with the dog, with his dog, is coming on the road, so you have to give respect to the pedestrian in any case. Let the man cross the road, yes. Make eye contact with the man, no. You have to stop because he is the pedestrian, you have to give him respect. Although you have the priority, but he's directly coming onto the road, so you have to allow him to cross the road, and even you should stop to allow him to cross the road. But make eye contact, it's not the correct answer. What risks must you be aware of? So you see, what could be the risk? Like the risk could be, if this cyclist, I think, directly comes on the road, it could be a risky for you. So the boy on the bicycle will proceed onto the roadway, this is the risk. Continue on the cycle path is not a risk. If you see, this is a continuous cycle path, so if he continues on the cycle path, it's not a risk anyhow. Even if he stops moving, it's not a risk for you. The only risk is if he unhittingly, without looking onto the road or traffic, he comes directly proceed onto the roadway. It is the only risk in this question. How do you behave? So you are onto the roadway, so like if you see, there's some traffic and some pedestrians, some children on the roadway, some kids on the roadway. So how do you behave? Continue driving at the same speed? No. If you see, any one of these two can directly come onto the roadway, you need to be very careful. Watch out for children, be ready to brake, because these children can directly come onto the roadway. You can expect any behavior from them. You don't need to continue driving at the same speed. Watch out for the children and be ready to brake. And this answer is correct. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is, what must you be aware of? So there is two cyclists in front of you, and the lady on the cycle, either she could go to right, to left, you can expect any behavior. So what must you be aware of? The cyclist in front of me will not impede me as I proceed. No, definitely she could impede you. If you are moving ahead, there could be some resistance. Like if you are moving ahead, you are not sure either she will go left, she will go right. So you definitely your movement will be limited. So she could impede you. Go to the other side of the road. The cyclist in front of me either go to the other side of the road or turn to the left. Like she could go either to the left, either to the straight. You cannot predict, but anyhow you will be impeded by her movement. So the first option is not correct. Second and third options are correct. What risks must you be aware of? So you see kids are playing on the road. What could be the risk? They can right now they are moving out from the road, but it's quite possible they will again come onto the road. So what could be the risks here? All children will wait on the pavement? No, it's not a risk, and you cannot expect from the children they will wait on the pavement. This is the pavement over here or here. The children will not get off the road in time. This is quite possible. You are driving, also they are showing you that they are moving out of the road, but still they could take some time. Some children will turn around again. You can expect from them. They will run away, but again they will come back. So you can expect this behavior from the children. How should you behave? So the children on the roadway, how should you behave? Continue driving at same speed, never. Remain ready to brake, slow to walking pace, because they can suddenly come onto the roadway. Whenever you see the children on the roadway, not drive at the same speed, be ready to brake and slow your speed. Next question. How must you behave? So if you see there is a ball on the roadway, what is possible? There could be some kid or some children will, like I think they are playing in their in the park or somewhere else. They will immediately come to pick this ball. It is quite possible. Slow to walking speed immediately. Very important thing. Remain ready to brake. Drive past at the same speed is not an option, because you can expect children will follow this ball. They will directly come out from the park and will pick this ball. So you need to slow down to walking speed and be ready to brake as well. In a residential area, ball rolls out in front of your vehicle. How must you react? Avoid hitting it? No, you can hit the ball if you are traveling. If the road is very like is not that wide, is narrow, then you can hit the ball. It's not a problem. So if a ball rolls out in front of your vehicle, you can actually not continue drive. You have to brake. Like if you see in the residential area you are going, a ball rolls out in front of your vehicle, how must you react? If the ball is directly in front of you and hits the car, or you hit the ball, it's not a problem. The important thing is, as you see the ball rolls out, is coming out from the home or somewhere else in the residential area, you need to brake, because children will definitely come to pick that ball. But during this movement, if the ball is coming onto the roadway, you were driving, you could hit the ball, but then you brake. So the important thing is not like hitting the ball. Maybe the ball directly hits your car as well. It's quite possible. Avoid hitting. It's not an option. Either brake, or you need to if the option is here, for example, not the brake. The other option could be go to the move to the walking speed. Like your speed should be walking speed of the car. So these options could be correct. But here brake is the only correct answer. You are approaching children playing on the pavement. How must you behave? Drive slower and be ready to brake. It's because children are playing on the roadway. Sound horn and continue driving. Not a good behavior. Continue driving as before, so not to impede the traffic behind you. No, because the children are there. Drive slower and also be ready to brake as well in this situation. The next question is, what should you anticipate in this situation? So some animals on the road, kids on the road. So what you can expect from them? This kid is with dog as well. The dog will kept securely under the control by child. Never expect this. It is possible this dog runs away and kids follow the dog. Will break free and children will run after it. This is possible. The dog will run onto the carriageway pulling the child behind it. It's also possible. Like the dog runs on the roadway and the child will follow the dog without looking onto the traffic. So these two are the heavy risks in this particular situation. What should you do? So you see there is some kid on the roadway. She is, I think, driving his or her small car, and mama is also there. So Uh, what should you do? Slow to walking pace, definitely. Continue driving as before is not an option in case of children or some old people. Remain ready to brake. These two options looks correct. Next question is what should you do? So what should you do? So if you see pedestrian point, they are crossing the road. What you need to do? Arc around the pedestrian to avoid impeding the traffic flow. No. Brake early to clearly indicate to the pedestrian that I am allowing them to cross. So simply tell them that you, because your priority, you can cross. Continue driving even if the pedestrian stop briefly. No, you have to allow them. Clearly indicate it is your right of way. You can go. What should you do? Okay, so you see some old people are crossing the road. Again, wait to allow pedestrian to cross the road. Continue driving because there is sufficient time. No, before the pedestrian, you cannot predict. Maybe they are old people, they will take lot of time. They have the priority. You have to allow them. Continue driving because these are the pedestrian on the left side of the roadway only. It doesn't matter either they are on the left side, either they are on the right side. You have to allow them. Only the first option is correct, and you see this answer is correct. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is, you want to turn right, what must you be prepared for? So there is a truck which is taking a right turn, and then there is a pedestrian on the which is trying to cross the road. So what must you expect? You must be prepared of. After the truck has taken the turn, pedestrian could approach from the opposite side of the road. Yes, you cannot see that side of the road clearly. Maybe if this truck is taking the left turn and some pedestrian is coming from the other side of the roadway, you need to be very careful about this, because currently you can only see this pedestrian but can also come from the other side. The pedestrian could let the truck pass by and then cross the road in front of me. It is also possible. Sometimes pedestrian wave of their right and they allow the vehicle traffic. So maybe this pedestrian allows the truck to pass away and then cross the road in front of you. The truck will stop. It's also quite possible truck will stop, so you also need to stop because this pedestrian is crossing the road. All three option looks pretty correct in this particular question. What must you be prepared for? So very narrow road, some pedestrian could come onto the could come onto the roadway. Everything is possible. You should be prepared for visual obstacle because there is a lot of traffic on the road, and maybe sometime you cannot see the oncoming traffic because of the narrow road. Even for person crossing, person can cross the road, you should be prepared for that. For vehicle doors opening, maybe some driver is onto the roadway and opening the vehicle, you should be prepared for all of these scenarios over here. A pretty complex situation. What should you anticipate? Again, I think this situation looks like there is also a dangerous sign. If you see red triangle, this we have seen in the topic number 6. Kids can come onto the roadway, dangerous situation. So that it could be necessary to brake heavily. Exactly, you should anticipate this. That children could appear between the vehicles. Children could appear between the vehicle anytime because the sign is already there and you can expect them. That adult could walk onto the roadway because the road is very narrow and it looks like a normal, like a sometime, like if you see this road, so the cars are on the both side. Maybe children, old people, elderly people, all are coming on the roadway and you need to brake. So everything is possible. Why are older pedestrian at more risk than younger ones from road traffic? Because they frequently have poorer sight and hearing. The old people, normally their reflexes are weak and they have poorer sight and hearing. They frequently react more slowly and are less mobile. Like they could not react quickly to the traffic because the reflexes could be weak in this particular age. They are old pedestrian, so they maybe could react slowly. They frequently misjudge the speed of vehicles. Everything is possible from the older pedestrians. What must you be aware of in residential area with low traffic volume? If very low traffic in residential area, what could you expect? If there is no such traffic, maybe residentials are not that careful, they are uncareful and they are moving onto the roadway. So even children playing run onto the roadway in a low traffic volume road. That adults obey the road traffic regulation? No, because it's a low traffic volume. So sometimes the residential neglect, they think there is no traffic, they will not follow the all traffic signs. Maybe some of them follow, but normally they are not that careful with the low traffic volume. The cyclists even are unattentive in this case. So only two options are correct in this particular question. Our next question is, what actions should you anticipate from person at the pedestrian crossing? So what could you expect if there is a person who is crossing the road from the zebra crossing? What you can expect from him or her? They will never look neither left nor right. It's quite possible because they think it's our priority. Sometimes they turn back halfway across. It's also possible they move on to the this pedestrian crossing and will come back on the halfway. They will unexpectedly walk onto the road. It's quite possible. Besides zebra crossing, maybe they will directly come onto the roadway. It's also possible from the pedestrian. So you need to be very careful about the pedestrian, especially older people and the children. A pedestrian with a white stick wants to cross the road in front of you. What should you do? White stick means he is a disabled person, he is blind. I have to give a warning signal, never. Reduce speed and stop if necessary, because he's a disabled person. Continue driving at same speed? No. You have to reduce speed, stop if necessary, and give him or her the way. Next question is, what should you anticipate? So you see very narrow road, pedestrian on the road, cyclists on the road, even traffic on the road. So what should you anticipate? The pedestrian will suddenly walk onto the roadway? Yes. That vehicle will begin moving? Yes. The doors of vehicle will be open? Everything is possible in this situation. Vehicle could come onto the roadway, maybe some driver is opening a door, pedestrian onto the road, cyclists onto the road. You can say there is a very complex traffic situation. So the next question is, what is your assessment of this situation? What could be your assessment? Maybe pedestrian onto the roadway, this guy can move onto the roadway further. So the pedestrian with the moped may change direction suddenly. You can expect it because maybe there is some parked vehicle and he will directly turn to the left. He can change direction suddenly. The female pedestrian may walk unheedingly onto the road without looking at the traffic. Unheedingly, she could walk onto the road. You can also expect this behavior. I can continue driving at same speed is not an option because it's a very narrow road and traffic situation is very complex. So you need to be very careful. Next question is, a person at the side of the road is wearing a yellow armband with three black spots. What does this armband indicate? So whenever you see the yellow armband with three black spots, the person is disabled for sure. He could be blind or some severe handicap. So I am obliged to behave in a particular way towards this person. Yes. The person belong to a particular profession? No, it's not a profession. The wearer is disabled, handicap. So only first and third option are correct. So friend, this was everything for this video. We have covered 30 questions out of 93 for topic number 7. In the next video, we will cover more 30 questions, and then in the final video of this chapter or topic, we will have 33 questions. So until now, if you have any doubt, any query, please put it in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe our channel, and if you want, you can also become our Patreon by supporting us on Patreon. And until the next video, we wish you a very nice day, happy learning, and bye.